Yep, I was muted. My wrong audio input was selected. It's gonna be a little while once I get some of the issues through because, like I said, I haven't streamed in a while. I haven't streamed in a little while, and so there's a couple of changes on my PC. Things are gonna be a little bit weird. If there are any other problems, make sure you tell me. I'll try and fix it as fast as I can, but there'll probably be like a 2 minutes of delay. But the short form of what I was saying was, I'm not going to be streaming a crazy amount this season. I want to let life happen. I've got like a job. Technically, I've got a social life. So this week, I might stream tomorrow, Thursday. Definitely not. Probably not going to be streaming. We'll see what happens with that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But whenever there's a good game, I'll try and hop on. This game, I mean, just giving the background, obviously we know it's going to be a Dreamlight taking on WASP. Oh no, Dreamlight, well, both rosters haven't really made any changes. The only player who, stands out as a bit of a variation is Nitrox, who's going to be coming in for WASP. Oh no. Bull Comp versus a Dreamlight who typically seem to prefer the Hazard wherever possible. Notice no Scrain in. He was a very strong piece for them, especially on the Genji last split. This time, though, Pomatimo is going to be on these flex choices very likely. Nice patch. I haven't seen the notes yet, so I guess we'll see. I do know we get these skins coming in from Street Fighter, but that's kind of like the extent of it. So I will be learning things pretty fast. I think Has needed buffs? No, he did not. Has got buffs? Forget. Let's see, is the patch notes up already? Let's see. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, yep, they're up. Cool. Let's see if I can, Here we go. I'll get this going while I get, Hazard. Wall climb is slightly better. You get more lifesteal from... Okay, I don't know why we buffed him. Ryan, Fire Strike is faster. Recovery time is faster. Okay, if you want, I guess. Freya, Dash, not big enough nerf. This character's fucking crazy. Genji, why? No developer comments? We're just... Why? He's worse at dive now, marginally better at poke, maybe? Hanzo shoots faster. You hack more, like, okay, I guess. Farah, drift thrust is nerfed slightly. Pull reduced a lot. Yep, fair enough. Okay, Reaper, fair enough. Fair enough. Soldier, minor buff. Sombra... I don't think Sombra's good enough to merit any sort of buff. This is a bit weird. Widow... Buffed. The SMG. Venom Mine, bonus damage. Okay, if you fucking want... I guess these are weird ones. By the way, what are we... yeah, game's been rescheduled 12 minutes, so we got some time to chill and talk about patch notes, and maybe go a bit of break. But we'll probably talk about patch notes. I'm lazy. I can't be bothered. Elari has often had to move into more high-risk positions to heal effectively. That's true. Extending the range can be with position. I like this. I'd like this change. It, like, it enables her to take angles more effectively. It's much simpler now. You can kind of chill in an angle and shoot people. I think this is a pretty good change. You heal. Minor buff. Okay, I mean, any non-stadium changes? Any bug fixes? Okay, Mercy Resin Spawn is fixed, which is nice. But this is a questionable one. I can't lie. It is a very questionable one. Like, I don't mind some of these changes, but like Freya's got a slap on the wrist. Genji's been killed for some reason. Well, not killed, you know, but Genji really does need the ability to shoot 10 times, I think. With the 8 shots, you just, like, run out. Or, you know, 30 to 24. It just feels really hard to stay in for any amount of time. Because, like, any sort of fight you take on somebody, you probably, like, left-click twice, go for, like, right-click dash, into right-click, and then you've got, like, what, 3 left? You just need to, like, one-shot somebody and get out. Like, it's going to significantly increase the amount you're reloading incentive from someone, eh? Pharah and nerfs. I know, these are really good. Pharah perks were fucking crazy. Now you have to actually make a choice. Will you actually change to a different, like, perk, or will you just go a different hero? I kind of want to say a different hero. But we'll see, we'll see. Reaper buff doesn't matter. Soldier buff doesn't matter. Sombra nerf marginally matters. She just wasn't getting much playtime, as I mentioned earlier. Obviously, we're seeing her picked by OWCS teams as a Freya counter largely, which just, like, we want to keep Freya, like, lobby and in the entire patch, I guess. Which is a bit crazy. Widow changes don't matter at all. Illari changes are nice. So, like, the important thing is, like, we're more in Frey meta, because Hazard is good with Freya, and decent against Freya. So not the choice I was expecting. Not the way I would have personally taken it, but that's what we're rocking with, I guess. Okay, my game's updated, so we can go in, hopefully, relatively quickly. Let's see what the FACEIT page has. They're giving us 10 whole minutes. So unless we've got anything to chat WASP about, then I might not have too much to talk about. Like I said, the important things, though, again, not streaming too much. Might stream tomorrow. Very might stream Thursday. Dependent on a lot of things. And then when we get into next week, we'll really see. I think in about 3 weeks, I will be heading off for a 2-week vacation. So I'll be vanished for all of then. But yeah, not too much to talk about, really. Oh, I am seeing that WASP is running away on OBS. I'll try and fix that. Alright. Here we go. Because the text is so long, it just bugs it. Okay, so my game is ready to go. There we go. Will you be getting the Mercy Mythic? Probably not. Hey, at least there's the Street Fighter skins, no? Those are apparently pretty sick. Let's see. Let's pop that up. Here we go. These aren't bad. There's, like, a lot of these fucking skins as well. Like, I didn't just count. Not the point. But, like, they're pretty sick, honestly. Like, let's see how they look in person. Let's see. Right. I don't know. I like this. There's a little effect on the melee, just to, you know, nod towards it. Flies the same. Rings the same. Gunner sounds the same. Right. Yeah, so all your abilities are basically the same. It's just melee's kind of sick. Just looks nice. I'm mostly interested in, like, the Hanzo one, because A, I thought we were Ryu heavy. B, I actually play that hero. Where are we? Here we go. And see if they're giving him anything neat to, like, nod towards his in-game. Or is it just, like, a, Okay, so melee's the same. Different sound, though. I think Stormara is the same. I think that's the same. Oh, changes the voice line. That is kind of cool. That is kind of cool. I don't know. Those are the only ones I really wanted to test out. But generally, we got a pretty cool skin collection. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Because I really can't be able to fill for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to go to a short break. When we're back, we should be able to actually get this game started. Okay. We're almost back. We're back to at least having a FACEIT page to talk about. So, I think it's back from the break as well. So, we are going to finish the veto by the looks of things. So, like I said, map number 1 going to be Oasis. I believe the band's... I forget, actually. So, I'll have to take a look at that one once we get there. But, yeah, apologies for all the delay. This stream is going to end up being longer than realistically designed, just because, technical issues. Update on match day at match time. Blizzard might just hate the European Union. You heard it here first, folks. Actually, I'll throw up the match page just so you know exactly what's going on. Here we go. You can see as much as I can. Or at least at the same time. There we go. And once I get an invite to lobby, I will inform you. But Dreamlight are taking their sweet time by the looks of things. I'd assume they're all around. I can't just sit in Dreamlight staff server anymore because they banned me. I would like them to pick something, please. I beg. I feel stressed. I feel like I have to do something, even though I know that I don't, and I will just get like, an invite to lobby whenever they feel like. But you know, they wanted to take a while, I suppose. I mean, it was either me talk for a bit or you get to listen to my music, and honestly, the music is probably better. But hey, here we are. Here we are. Okay. We are just redoing the entire veto, which is cool. Okay. That's fine. We pick the same map again. Got Oasis. What are our bans going to be? We've just done these bans, guys. I beg. Hazard. And... well, we'll find out in a bit. Surely these lineups are finalized. We've had all this time. Lucio Hazard. We're getting a lobby invite. We're getting ready, people. We're getting into game. Bloody hell, this took forever. Okay, let's get this all sorted then. Here we go. Let's update the bans with, I believe, Lucio Hazard. There we go. I hope my sides are right. I would assume WASP I know what ban has, which is what I've got. Dreamlight probably won't. I do need to swap sides. There we go. And I can't wait to swap my bans. We can deal with it. Dude, their name looks so goofy. It's so long. I'm shortening it on my page. I don't care. This thing is stupid. It's my data. There we go. You got a normal name now. You can deal with it. Hopefully it's going to update on OBS. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Okay, see what the comps end up starting off. Ostrix, no surprise, is going to be on that Wrecking Ball. Tell me if there's no game sound, by the way, because there should be in theory. Aha, I know why there isn't. I'll fix that real quick. Overwatch. There we go. Can we hear this at all? Yeah, we can. Tell me if it's too loud. It looks kind of too loud. But yeah, Bull, Pokecom starting out, taking this kind of right side health pack space. Generally what you'd expect with the longer sight lines. see exactly how we want to see our backline play around this as we try and get into position here for Rod FD and Co. Yeah, it does look a bit loud. I'll turn it down. Like here, I think is. Tell me if it's too quiet or not. But literally, we're just going to chill until something magically dies. There's not really much else you can do. You just have to hope somebody trips over their own shoelaces, unfortunately. Which is a very painful experience. We should probably watch some Ostrix POV so we can at least see something happening. As he tries to find a target, recall force means that there is, I assume, an advantage towards WASP 0, but it can be confusing in a battle like this, as you are finding out as we speak. Looking for an opening. Still no real advantage eked out for any side. I believe this is, I forget. This is a new DPS from WASP anyhow. Looking for some sort of opening on the Sojourn. Notice the lack of map control that we are, from general, seeing from either side here. Pom finally finds a target. Mecha Mango down so low, but you can't find a finish. He's going to have to re-out and go straight back in. So Nitrox eliminated. And that would be Mecha Mango being QRXU, by the way, my mistake. And just cleared out, and it's a bloody long neutral, but when all is said and done, I can't do it. Why would WASP ban their loser team? Bro, I went 8 and it's only map 1. Yeah, we had some technical issues. Your bands the wrong way around. They are, but I'm lazy. I'll fix it in between rounds. So we get some downtime. Things are going to be a little bit more standard for a bit. Where Central looks for some way in. Lovely spear to keep them backed out. As Ostrix currently just burns HP to threaten a bit of point. Generally, this is very stacked from WASP. Not what I would have expected at all. Bomb in, won't get a thing. Terror Surge may be different as Orange gets exploded. Mines maybe don't find too much, but generally not what you'd expect out of WASP. They are struggling to find really anything. Been very quiet with them. I don't believe an elimination found just yet. Ostrix. And another engage. These slams so far have been pretty desync from the rest of his team, but this time Hev is there to follow up. Ray popped from WASP Ono. Mirrored out, in fact. Dreamlight really struggling to maintain control of this fight here, actually. They don't really have any idea what appears to be happening. They're just kind of floundering, looking for a response, which they won't be able to find just yet. Pomatimo, really the only person left who can find any sort of damage, and he won't be able to get any bit of that. And when all is said and done, appears to be first capture progress now for WASP. No. Bounce way around. Yes, I know. I will fix it when we get in between rounds. Audio good? Blessed. Blessed. Good slam from Ostrix, and this time Decruise is going to be the first fatality. Not really much else you can do in this fight if you are, well, really anybody. Oh, vehicular manslaughter coming through. What if he gets booped into the car? Central Apan almost goes that same way. But Ostrix doesn't get so lucky twice in a row. Looking to find more, but he doesn't need to. He'll be able to back out with the rest of his team. Respawns will eventually come through for Dreamlight, and they'll be able to be back up to fight once more. Ult's not perfect for them, so they will be fighting definitely from the back foot, but that hasn't stopped them before. But I mean, great engage timing coming through from Ostrix while the cast is going for a long rotate. The flashbang not there to punish, but maybe it doesn't need to be. Deadeye doesn't get too much. The mines also will be missed. Pulsestorm just softens up Central, but he'll be able to survive yet longer. Rally gives so much sustainability. It seems like we have managed to eke out some type of advantage. It seems like Dreamlight will be the ones who will be able to take this point, unless there's something more for QRXU to say, and Ev as well, who manages to find the clip into the back of Dreamlight, D-Cruise specifically. Rod forced back, point control half in between WASP and Dreamlight. Ray pop from Nitrox, which means that maybe these rockets are going to be large, but Atomic's mirror is out, and the healing is going to be enough to keep him active. The same could not be said of Nitrox. QRXU, a great kill to Tomix. Anubis trades it back. That's Pomatito for you. But it sees like, I mean, it's still so back and forth. It's still neither side who can eke out too much of a lead. Again, we're back in with Ostrix. We're back in for the side of WASP. No. And it seems like the bullpuck there is enough to at least eliminate Central Apan. Ostrix 400 HP and gonna lose his armor quickly, but it doesn't matter if Pomatimo removes Ange. Couple seconds left for the overtime wick burns down, but it hasn't vanished just yet. Okay, Nitrox dead. Literally nobody can end up dying. Nobody can find an actual lead in this fight. It's just deathmatch here. Just try hard FFA apparently. Because we're 99-99, we almost see 9. Ostrix down low. This should be Dreamlight taking it. But I've said that before. How many times? And how many times have they actually end up being able to eke out that advantage? Apparently they get it. Whew. That was bloody chaotic. 12-1 for Pomatimo. A great start here in the Dreamlight jersey. And QRXU, it's been in the scene for a while. Maybe some of that all-head energy leaking and 7-4, not the start you're looking for. Yes, I know. I'm fixing bands. I'm fixing bands. I'm fixing bands. I don't have a band swap button, so there we go. Bands are fixed. Thanks so much for the follow, by the way, Lillian. Great to have you. Okay. 5, 4, 3, typing each other already, as God intended. Double flex DPS with the Juno break backline is kind of cool. I guess you can brawl slash poke with your backline, like playing as a core, while your DPS and bull just go to do whatever the hell you can. Curious where QRXU finds himself, actually. I kind of assume they want to take a slow fight in this, but they're already in. The split onto central up and makes it pretty hard for him. See exactly how he can stay alive on this Orisa here. Plenty of damage. Of course, traded both ways, but QRXU again continues the rough start he's been having. 7-5 right now in barely that amount of playtime. Great backline pressure, great forcing from Central. But more maybe needs to be found. First cap in favor of Dreamlight, a hell of a lot faster than the previous time. I think this point is a lot better for their composition. Looking curious, actually, why they aren't touching Has even with the buffs. I know Orisa has been super strong recently, but I'd imagine they wanted to go towards Old Faithful. Ange has to stay alive on this break, and will be able to surely with the shield. I tell a lie, because Decruz is there with that Peacekeeper. Ostrix is able to find a trade with the slam. Fireball this time not able to connect, which means he resets for another swing through. He's got the mines, but decides not to lose them just yet. As QRXU again down. The slam won't get anybody to connect too much with the minefield, and most of it will get cleared out by the Terra Surge. High ground at least cleared. So Dreamlight losing some resources, but not enough to actually get them out of the fight. Backup will eventually be forced, and they appear to be able to maintain the lead. But it did get pretty chased, you know, and 20% go over, not the end of the world. Yeah, I did cast a curse a little bit. I think I'm going to continue to as well, because, you know, play-by-play is not my role. I'm washed up as well, you know. I feel like I cast the old head now. Great dink, actually. Decruz, maybe not where you want to be, but he'll be able to walk back. The combat roll not even needing to be expended for a while. The rally not quite connecting, but the Rhea allows the walk, and that's pretty free. Orbital Rhea, it turns out, is still a pretty strong ultimate, even though it has been nerfed, what, 4, 5 times? Anyway, point is, we see WASP forced to back out. Dreamlight in control, getting up to probably at least the 80% mark. No ults for WASP. The closest is, I mean, Hev's Pulse in terms of real ults. Ostrix's Minefield. QRXU's EMP. But it's not fantastic, right? Oh, this is aggressive. Oh, this is nice. The Deadite just forces Ange back yet further. One of the oldest competing players in OWCS. Not allowed to play the game so far, but Tomix goes down. Decruz is in, he's in the enemy spawn. He gets some extra damage, sure, all that 24% of a Deadeye. But that isn't enough to stop the touch from coming through, unless this fight is going to go way more in favor of this side. Dreamlight, it feels like getting a bit too big for their boots. So 99 reached it again. They were able to find the flip last time, but the difference is there is an EMP they're forced to play into. An EMP slam fight will probably be the end of them. They have nothing to really respond. Maybe you could use a Terra Surge as a type of turn, but it's jank as hell, right? So we're going to have to wait and see exactly how things are going to end up happening. EMP, great onto the backline, but great shots from D-Cruz to just flatten. Fantastic. But you have traded it back. Both backliners dead. You can say it about both sides of the equation. No, Orange is still yet living. D-Cruz will be able to survive, I believe. Ostrix, as much as he wants to go aggro, has to respect the hit scan. But you know, enough damage back and forth that the walk is essentially free and spawns a smidge closer for Dreamlight means that they can get this space at least for free. Deadeye, Rally, not bad tools here to shut down our Wrecking Ball, but they want to clear higher ground, I assume, with that backline ultimate. Trying to find what pressure they can with each cycle, but it's not really working out. The Rally used purely as peel will force the flankers back, allow Dreamlight to stand on point. But mirrored out significantly later by Orange means that in some respects that is an advantage in the fight, but Central up and a great Terror Surge. Nitrox and Orange both going to be hitting the hay semi-permanently. Which means that I assume we are going to be going 2-0 in favor of Dreamlight. Two very close points there, but a little bit stronger and a bit of a compositional mismatch. Has the ban apparently not enough. And you take a look at the stats real quick. 10 deaths on both Orange and I believe QRXU. Not what you're really looking for. And on the other side of things, 28 and 3 for Pomatimo. 14k damage, or 15k damage for Central. 14 for D-Cruz and a player of the game as well. Exactly the type of start to a FACEIT League you're really looking for. He's just pickle chilling, taking these shots. Okay, let's see how things are going to go for the Vita, as we are trying to see what's going to happen next in terms of our map pick. WASP up, of course, get choice, first ban, all that jazz. But they want to go Watchpoint Gibraltar, I like this, and they get first ban as well, I assume. Or at least choice. Because I feel like how often are we actually going to see teams, you know, choose to ban second? Especially when, you know, you just lost a map against you. It was more or less what you wanted to play. I know you banned Orange off his Lucio, but still, what change is that going to make, especially if you go towards Watchpoint? Low-key, I'm a hater of Bull on, like, high ground maps, like super divey maps, because the high ground scaling is so goofy. But we'll see how things end up working out. So Wasp get to ban. They ban Diva. Dreamlight get to ban. So they could probably ban, I don't know, maybe Juno? Maybe like Tracer? I have no idea, honestly. I guess we'll find out. The content, for real. You guys are making this competitive. Well, obviously you're going to make it competitive, but, you know, making us sweat to see who ends up getting the dub. Guys, we'll have to wait. And, like, I don't know, I'm trying to guess. Because I would assume, you know, Ooga Booga, Ban Bull, it's going to come at some point, right? But, you know, Tank Protect has to come through. We'll find out in a second, I suppose. Widowmaker, fair enough. Get this all sorted out. And make sure sides are right. Dreamlight left side still. So Dreamlight banned Widow. And we ban Diva. There we go. That should all be fixed. We should be going in a second. Arias game is really good too. 1-1 final fight. Oh, crazy. There's heat on. I feel like FACEIT deliberately scheduled all the good games for the first round of play. Okay. Watchpoint Gibraltar. This one's going to be pretty funky. And I think we're seeing why I'm not an observer here, because my free cam is truly wank. I don't have the gene for it, I think. That or a controller. Or the practice. But mainly the gene, I think, is the problem. Actually, no. too much what to expect here. Defensively, no way we're actually playing that. That would be cooked as hell. Yeah, we're just trolling for content. Cool, fair enough. Bull, no surprises. Torbjorn, Anna Brig, Tracer. I guess that is hard for a Tracer to play into, or a Winston. I guess you're not that scared of a long sight lines because there's no Widowmaker and no chance for you to charge Soul Charge really because you're on Bull. But it feels very vulnerable to Freya, which decreases, of course, hovering. Double Flyer, I guess, is one way of looking at it. But yeah, I would be surprised if you ended up playing the power. I got kind of ruined, kind of marked in that previous patch. So I'd assume it's just going to be Freya, 24/7. Oh no, my dash is on, 4 seconds instead of 3.5. It's not deep, guys. Not wanting to take any risk just yet is Decruise. Wanted to wait for something to be able to force out and already finding some damage. Hev, not sure about that rotate there, man. But big kill. Pomatimo dead already. And Decruise just evaporated. I mean, just gets looked at and loses all of his HP. See if Tomex is capable of surviving. But he's under siege. He's going to get staggered here for sure. Oh, disgusting. Hev gets mudded. And I believe you can grab the health pack if it hasn't already been taken. What a way to find an opening kill, though. Joanna just trades out. Okay, let's keep everybody full HP. Let's make sure we're still in a position to leverage what advantage we have. So we try and look for an updraft. I believe we flub the momentum cancel there. Ostrix is low HP though, and when you're playing against a Frey, you can't do that, well, pretty much ever for long, because else you will get evaporated. So far, just the backline pressure appears to be enough. They've got the space, they wanted more than that. Hasn't really been eked out just yet. Recall forced out from Hev, but he wants to stay in the fight, wants to stay in the action, but that will end up costing him his life, as Pomatimo is able to find that follow-up. And there we go. Things going to be pretty chill in favor of Dreamlight. I said a lie! Rod and Pomatimo both dead. Ostrix can still cart basically indefinitely the 60 DPS of Dreamlight's tank. Not ideal for removing that Wrecking Ball. There's just too much HP to burn through, but they were able to get some extra progress at least on the cart. Respawns, I was about to say going to be there in time, but Ostrix just magic picks Decruise. Really not what you love to see. If you're Dreamlight, you've got to back out. You've got to burn all your cooldowns to try and do so. Because Central Upan gets staggered. And Dreamlight realistically getting kind of repulsed after a great opening from Tom X. And they haven't been able to... okay, it's a bit weird again. It seems like WASP have a bit of a habit of overpeaking these up. Big mistakes are ones that, especially in FACEIT Master Division, you're not going to be able to get away with. So we'll hope Decruise is capable of avoiding those for the moment, for the most part. Central Appen got to wait for his armor to get back before we go for anything too aggro. Tried to double vault the backline, but the shot's not connecting just yet. Another attempt of Decruise keeps them so low. But Central's there for the follow-up by the looks of things, especially with that nano boost. The thing is, though, Tomix is just dead again, so we're still very much in a weak position. Maybe you can take care of Orange, maybe you can commit the Primal for it, but again, you're down numbers. It feels really bad going for a play like that. And so instead, we simply won't. 45 seconds left to go. We're running out of time here, unfortunately, and especially with that, I was going to say, with the bolo shot not fighting too much, then maybe you're in a rough spot, but appears the regular crossbow is enough to find that elimination. Orange going to meet his maker. That's going to leave his counterpart way more vulnerable to the tank. Pomatimo tries to go in. Primal Rage active. See how the juggle is. See if a white boy can speak a little bit of Korean. So far, it doesn't really seem like it. Decent damage, but the healing is there. Down to just 250 points of health due to the poke. They're able to find the elimination, secure it alongside his teammate. The pulse one hits the shield. Orange able to just hold that active. But it won't last forever. And the damage is going to be more or less permanent. Good CC coming through. Finally, the peel from the Ana, but the bubble isolates the line of sight. Cart can continue to roll. The bubble dance is strong enough, but somebody else is going to have to get on the payload, at least momentarily. Surely this is it, though. Surely this is going to be Dreamlight getting that first cap. Bloody hell, that was hard for them. And Ostrix is... what's he doing here? What's their game plan here, boss man? What are we getting up to? Because I can't lie, I don't see the vision. It looks like he'll be able to survive. He's got backline scaling. Does he mines this? Well, he's taking his time with it, so he has to mines him in the corner. The sleep does mean that they can survive. They're actually stuck. They're actually not allowed to leave. He tries to get the blender going and mostly connects it. But he's down to 129 HP, and Rod is still yet living. The packs are going to allow his teammates to do exactly the same. So they've invested very little, or a decent amount, sorry, and found very little. We just forced the nano boost out. Oh, good push, but the sleep will likely cost him his life. And instead it's Pomatimo who's dead. A great dink, who means that it's critical HP for Nitrox, who will be at least eventually eliminated. Ostrix as well. Double bolted will survive on 8 points of health until the right click is there from Central Apan. Things going well in favor of Dreamlight now, since they got some momentum on their side. They're able to get the cut really rolling. Freya busted, confirmed. Freya is also busted. You know, it was a bull int, but Freya is also busted. You know, those two things can both be true. Pulse bomb on the floor, not what you love from Pomatimo. Curex is just chilling on the Torbjorn. He kind of looks like Soon here, and he's finding similar levels of impact, but he does at least trade his life out here. Ostrix takes a nano boost and is able to get one with it, I believe. Great work, actually, taking care of Rod FD. Triple booped. But with reaching the higher ground, there's not too much damage he can do to D-Cruz, who is just turning his HP into mush. That's a Freya moment, if I've ever seen one. But a hold found temporarily. It's been so deathmatchy, though, between these two teams. Both teams really want to play this, I suppose, chaos fight, if you want to call it. And it is burning the time back significantly. 15 seconds left to go, more or less. Playing around the health pack is maybe going to cost Pomatimo there. Great damage, but the recall not actually able to be forced out. Hev, though, obliterated as well. Ostrix down low HP. Might be the third member to die, but able to peek his backline for some level of sustain. Atomix, so close. This nano boost has to get it online sooner rather than later. Drops it, gets that strike perk off, and so that's 2 nano boosted players on the side of Dreamlight, but only 1 appears to be enough to remove Arge. The backline pressure from Ostrix won't be enough to find any fatalities just yet. And on the whole, it seems like Dreamlight will be able to get a second point here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Yeah, the nade enough to finish off Ostrix. It's been so chaotic, though, so back and forth. I know I've remarked on it before, but it bears repeating. 5 meters left to go. There's still respawners coming through. I mean, every inch, every square foot of space being fought for tooth and nail, paid for in blood. And in this exchange, in this barter, it seems like Dreamlight have come out on top. Okay, we've got to make sure our Brick stays alive, but as it appears that Rod is able to survive. Then Dreamlight head into a phase of the map I would call pretty successful. No capital L in Dreamlight. I will correct that in future. My mistake. Loki, I don't even know why I typed it that way. Let's get that done now, actually. Go find where I left that team. Yeah, I will be a fix for future, because I'm being a silly goober. This is weird there. The nano boost is able to be administered. A bit of a nano jax there. As Tomek hits onto himself. Rod FD, the same could not be said. But the Ana lives, I think, is the critical juncture here. D-Cruz goes to the bowler shot, and they're able to find a finish off the back of it, though. Oh, that is great damage there. Great kill onto the hit scan, but Hev is able to find the trade. D-Cruz back on the loose, so needs the extra movement speed, and for now, one of the rare sources of damage that Dreamlight will be able to have. There's not that much healing either. They're desperately trying to stay alive, but they just don't have the raw sustain. It appears that Cart will be stopped Just before the end, but fantastic progress for the side. My controller. Dreamlight plot armor for sure. They just like refuse to lose. It's crazy. Low key. Even high key. I don't know how they keep doing it, but it feels like they go in overtime and they just lock in. Obviously not able to do it that final time, but like, I mean, you look where the golden box of victory is. This is like 2 meters away from completing. If that, that's diabolical. That's great work from them. Take a look at the stats as well, as we can now do. And it's generally pretty even. Obviously, 9 deaths a hev isn't ideal. 12 elims for Pomatimo, the same could be said. It doesn't seem like anyone's really playing a stinker. Just everybody sits there back, does their job, and that's why we have a relatively close game of Overwatch today. I will say, it's very curious we're seeing no Freya out of WASP Ono. Something I really would have expected. Just the hero's good. I don't think the 0.5 second nerf is enough to stop you playing it. I guess it's just not something that we've got in our hero pool. It's a very heavy stack in this side room so far. The nade is only going to catch on to 1. As we take a lot of space, but the dynamite is perfect. Decru said already, not the start at all that we're looking for if we are Dreamlight. And so I assume they have to back. There's nothing else they can really do. We've just got to tuck our tails in between our legs and run. And we should be able to survive for a while, at the very least. Yep, nade blocked. We stable our Winston. We whip the ball. And, yeah, we should be pretty okay. The dynamites, though, there's constant damage being thrown in the backline. Rod should be respawned by about now. Or decrease, rather. Oh, this is very aggro. If you hit the bolt, then that could be a great kill. And, of course, it will be combined with a nade. Then, QRXU, I believe, going down. Pressure on 2 more, but won't be surviving just yet. Okay, now we can probably give him the mark of survived. Hev goes down. We can probably just eliminate the bull because, you know, fray damage. Still, the hero is pretty hard to kill. Like trying to squash a bug, you know? Just always survives a smidge longer than you expect. Oh, Decru's got a careless life. Actually going down, you know, a smidge more than you'd realistically want. But this time, not what we're going to see. Nano invested, central in, and insta-slept up. That's not ideal whatsoever, but maybe in the second time of asking, you can find a little bit more from the back line. It doesn't seem like it. You buy some time where there's no healing, but, you know, when you have the ball, it's really not the end of the world, so... Yeah, no, it's not ideal. The backline, oh dear. This is not looking great for Dreamlight at all. Rod gets the rally off, but instantly dies. Need to trade it, and at least you will be able to get 1 onto Nitrox. Tomix going down, though, makes it not worth. Decru's hard commits to find another. Health pack taken. Decru's probably a dead man walking. It's going to be confirmed momentarily by Ostrix, who goes towards the cart, tries to force it in. With the Primal now expiring for Central Up, and then there we go. Second point of the map will be unlocked. Crash Code OT is the classic of time being the only thing reminding people to take a proper fight. Maybe. Maybe. Ostrix, let's not die again. Okay, we're chill. We're chill. I'll say I'm kind of expecting Nitrox to have more damage here than Tomix, but not to be. I think it is a bit of a backline gap being opened up by Dreamlight. That appears to be the main differential. Great roll through, but it doesn't seem like the picks go their way, and so pretty chill here for all of Dreamlight. Yeah, Nitrox is down, and this is low-key cooked. Hev is there. He tries to pull something. It doesn't really work out, and the butt of the crossbow from Decruise is going to be enough to dispatch that player. But obviously, which team has more potential? I think it definitely shows what team has more, like, mechanical power. I'm not sure if I would you know, directly correlate mechanics to potential, but they're definitely, you know, linked. Okay, let's make sure Freya stays alive as the bolt explodes on the other side of the map, removing the opposing hit scan. Mines in the closed room is awkward, but with no Ostrix around to, you know, follow up around it, it won't find too much. Let's not walk into the mines. Let's not try and punch them, please. Pretty please. Literally no frostboats even against Bull. Yeah, honestly. It shows I've broken the wall. It turns out wall hacks are pretty good, you know, being an ultimate ability half the time. Great ult to catch out onto Ange, but we're not going to have much more than that. If it go for this triple blink, doesn't need it. It sticks in the choke. Oh, but it's on the shield. That could have been so huge. So close and yet so far for Pomatimo. With D-Cruz being dead again, then things do get to a little bit awkward. The Primal does give an opening here for this Tracer to find value. Just chilling the outskirts, just outside the whip shot range. Making sure that that weapon can't be used to contact. You can't be used to proc that extra heals. Dude, Orange is so low. It takes a right click from central uphand to take him down. But he goes down all the same. So a minute and a half separates Dreamlight from going up 2-0 in this series. And maybe one attempt for WASP 0-0 to get it through into the final phase of the map. Feels like Ostrix has always been like chased in the backline, not able to find this much. You know, it's pretty hard for Pomatimo to actually frag the guy. But keeping out the fight, you know, almost indefinitely, that's well within the Tracer's powers. Got this duel on the cart. Recall force early for Pomatimo means he has to play super, super carefully. And very much within his backline's LOS, but Ostrix has taken a nano boost and just wiped out to Rod. Already a memory, sleep missed. And so we have to back out as far as humanely we can. Make sure that we have a recontest. Has to be off the back of this bowler shot from D-Cruz. Who looking for an opportunity, just doesn't yet see it. And with central uphand now going down. To say maybe it's not invested, but instead it's just bloody whiffed. Great boop to knock him off his target. And great little play here from Ostrix to wipe them all out. A 4-piece from the Bull. An extra injection of time onto the bank of WASP 0-0. And now we head into the final 2 minutes of the map. Feels like this game, cursed or blessed, depending on your perspective, to go close no matter where we are. Because more slows on Bull is you're miserable. Yeah, absolutely. Like groggy perk on Ana, all that shit. But I guess you just like don't hit enough left clicks, maybe? But pretty terrible time for Pomatimo. In, slept, slammed, down to half HP, and looks to force what value he can, and is able to do so with Ange meeting his maker. Health back not yet stolen. As Ostrix tries to find something or other, it doesn't seem like it's quite become a reality just yet. The recall, of course, not bad. Some Nitrox bomb. Let's see what he's up to. Right now, just very boring. Bull pocket, got the nano boost. I assume Ostrix is going to be the target, as he's been so many times before. And this time it will be no change. Good damage. The whip shot not enough to knock him off target. So in the blender, it feels like he's in. And I imagine that the backliners won't be too happy about that. Ostrix, 70 HP now dead. Great trade. Yes, you can get extra payload progress if you're WASP 0-0. But 30 seconds left to go. You'd rather just, you know, be full 5. Great damage onto Nitrox. Takes the direct hit from the boulder shot, but no left click to follow up means that he'll be able to survive the Tracer pulse. You know, figuratively speaking, missing. And the bank, not necessarily dry so far, but not where you'd like it to be. D-Cruz a great opener. The rally pops, but nothing to actually stun means that Arj is feeling a little bit lost here. Tries to keep his backline safe. We don't fucking touch. We don't fucking touch, man. Like, I got nothing witty for you. I got nothing witty for you. I forgot to update the score as well. I'm a little bit. I'm a Chungus streamer. Much I could say for sure. Dreamlight, what, 2-0? Okay, I don't even know who won that last map. I don't even know who won that. Let's try this. Let's make absolutely certain. Oh, no, it was 1-1. WASP managed to force a C9. Fuck me sideways. That is unreasonable. That is unreasonable. I mean... Wow. I mean, wow. That is a bit ridiculous. Got nothing witty for you, I'm afraid. Next game. Kings Row, by the looks of things. Anaban from Dreamlight. WASP go towards... I don't know, what do you even ban here? Bruh. We're just waiting on the WASP ban. Every facing Overwatch season has egregious C9. That one was pretty bad. I wasn't expecting it as well. I was like, surely they'll touch, right? They got like 15 seconds. But no, WASP able to just like walk it in, I guess. I thought that was WASP not touching. Honestly, I was so certain. Orisa Anna. Let's get in, make sure sides are right. Sides are right. Anaban for Dreamlight. And then Orisa ban. Okay, there we go. We should be up to date now. I have just seen that I can't see one of my let's see. Yeah, I can't see the Dreamlight score. I'll try and fix that later. I will fix that later. Okay, this is a pretty standard comp defensively. Well, it's pretty standard on like flat maps. Defensively on King's Row, it's weird as hell because it's so risky. You just end up getting somebody punished, and then you win the fight where you're down numbers. So we'll see how that's going to end up working out. Man, I'm actually still boomed. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. There we go. I'm so boomed that I forgot to set this into in-game, but here we are now. So, super cyclical, super angles based, whereas the Ooga Booga go shoot them, I think, from Dreamlight. Very standard comp. Pomatimo on the Genji, obviously. Recently, you know, changed, I think nerfed. Maybe somebody can disagree with me. But that's the problem with playing this comp. Sometimes people just die. And there's not really much you can do about it. Great dink as well onto Ange. So you could probably go for a recontest, for sure, but how's it actually going to look? Like this, apparently. As we get plenty of backline damage, but no actual elimination. The problem is if your cycle doesn't get anything, then you have to sit there and eat more Freya spam. And then you just, like, die. So, I'm not quite sure about this. I probably would have preferred like some like Juno break stuff they played earlier. But I think we're seeing exactly why. As we back out, if you WASP no, and a Dreamlight 5.5 minutes on the time bank. Feeling pretty hard done by that C9. They start this map about as well as you can realistically hope for. Sorry, I had to open my window. There we go. So we're chilling, we're stable. Car is moving. Torbjorn is a hell of a lot better than the Sombra in like every use case, in my opinion. But we haven't seen fantastic Torb work out to QRXU so far. That is also true. Okay, he just gets evaporated. Central up has just in on one of his better heroes, and the rest of the enemy team, I mean, out of the server. We use Ray, and there's no correct response. You're playing ball Kiri Lucio into a Ray comp, unfortunately. So this map, I'm not going to write it off here, but I'm writing it off here a little bit. It might be kind of cooked for WASP. Oh no, they look pretty terrible right now, all things considered. Okay, Kitsu in. Bola shot B. We don't have a repressure just yet. Rod goes down mid ultimate, and Central Apan's route is large. The actual eliminations, though the same, could not be said. Down goes Pomatimo. And as Central tries to find a trade, none appear to be forthcoming. Good damage onto the Kiriko, but that's not going to be enough. And so with only backline ults, we're able to find a stop. And a decent investment as well from Dreamlight. The exact kind of fight that you're looking for, realistically, if you are WASP no. Okay, let's see what OHHHH has in the plans for the minefield. He looks for a target. Doesn't seem to find it just yet, as he is bullied pretty far out of the, well, the server, realistically. Goes from 700 to 200 HP in the blink of an eye. This time, mine's loose. Damage. See if it's there or not, as the bash will allow Rod FD to escape the greater effect of that ultimate ability. Great stick, though, means that Rod is, I mean, just dead. And a chance for a trade. Tricky unless OHHHH decides to stay in for longer than is necessary. Won't happen. And so Hev is able to find this double kill. And an extra minute or so off the bank here. Great work for WASP no. You really can't hate. We just keep the pressure high. We just keep on basically full diving. But now we don't have any great initiation tools. Is it really going to be the same? Sombra got nerfed as well? I know. Hero is just low-key Chungus right now. I mean, we saw what Kevster looked like when the hero wasn't full Chungus. And now it's nerfed. And that was Kevster. Blade loose. Doesn't find too much. Ray, though, might make things a little bit different. As Pomatimo and Central Apan both post their ward. So does Z-Cruise. And folks, I think it's time to stop mirroring, or not mirroring, answering, I suppose, Ray with Kitsu. It never works. Not in a million years. As we see here. Nitrox invests the ultimate, gets nothing for it, and loses the fight anyhow. Downpour to make sure OHHHH is not allowed to escape. The wall not there in time to block off the beat, but will at least be able to stop additional healing from helping the bull survive. OHHHH, low HP, significantly so. Still able to live, at least for now. Central, it appears to be just an immovable object on the objective, 70 centimeters before they get any sort of touch, or any sort of cap, rather. Mine's now deployed, but that doesn't mean that nobody can stand on the point, just that it's going to be a smidgen harder. Central Apan demonstrates my point, using that spike block to roll the cart through. 2.5 minutes down the bank. Make sure to farm the orbs as well for some extra damage. Extra support charge. Brings Tomix up to 63% of a Ray. Remember, he initiated his fight with one. And name a more iconic duo than OHHHH and Dicky out of the backline. Looking for a shot right now is pretty much every factor, every player in the game. So far, none appear to be really being connected. Maybe a pulse for Hev. Gets the damage through with the pulse pistols, but with the blade pulled from Pomatimo, maybe that's going to be enough to finish this fight off. The damage onto Ostrix is pretty good. The Shuriken damage onto Arge as well, but the loser at least will be allowed to survive. Hev is in. Surely will be eliminated momentarily, and it takes a right click to find that kill. A strangely timed Torbjorn ultimate, I will call it that much. Because it doesn't really stop Pomatimo from being able to stall the point. It doesn't stop Decrease from being able to double bolt Arge across the map. But it does maybe create an opening for the trade to come through. So, though they're in disadvantage, WASP no. It's not the worst spot they could be in by any stretch of the imagination. Rally popped, booped off the map is the bull, but we'll be able to use the grappling hook to make it straight back on. Low HP for Central Lapan will only be temporary as a ray comes through. The reload, like I was talking about earlier, the difference between living and dying for this Torbjorn player, and yeah, decides just to go straight for that reset. I'm telling you, that nerf is crazy. Even post-buff not enough to take the hazard lifesteal. I think the lifesteal's not bad, but it appears we disagree. And it might also just be like a comp thing, like easier to connect the slashes onto the ball. I really wouldn't know. Final fight, 5 seconds left to go. Seems like another C9 not going to be on the cards for us as the cart begins to get rolling. Hev in the backline, currently just annoying rods. Recall out of the alley means he can't really get too much done as we look for the clear from the Genji. Pulse from here, surely good for the one as shield broken. There we go, there's the stick and there's the final blow. Trace Wrangle tries to find what it can, blade pulled and able to get 2. 3 not on the cards as Arge is able to find the boop. Ostrix low HP. Have no recall. This is not unwinnable for Dreamlight, but they've got to hit their shots and quickly. There's Hev going down. Arge needs to fall. And you could call it a C9, I suppose. Of course, Dreamlight aren't going to miss out on the mental damage as they repeat the flame that they experienced at the end of that last map here. Full cap. With no time on the bank, not bad at all for Dreamlight. It does feel like the comp and the style of WASP a little bit more benefits towards attacking. Let's take a gander at the statistats. 7 deaths, not ideal for KuroXU. Again, not been having the best series of all time. But if that's how it's going to be, that's what's going to happen. And across the other side, nothing really to shout out. 12k healing, obviously leading the lobby. That's from Tomex. 4k damage mitigated from your Brig, making sure the shield's been going to good work, but it's not a crazy amount to remark on. Okay. See if there's any changes in the defense. Not at all. Maybe get some Decrease Pulv going. I think I've been avoiding him a bit today. On the fray. But there's no reason to, you know, fix it if it in fact ain't broken. Widow's Pawn Shot coming through. Nobody has taken a PayPal, so he's left in a bit of a Mexican standoff. Takes a shot. Goes to the swap. And Sojourn, again, continuing this trend from WASP of just not playing Frey. Decos tries to find an in. Okay, I've got Soj bug. That's really cool. Might as well watch the Soj while we're there. So a lot of Space Force early on, but Central Upland is able to just find his kill pretty quick. See if this rail can connect. So many people lined up for him, not able to actually hit the all-important primary fire. Tries it again, and again no dice. So we back up. A lot of damage. They managed to get a tick as well and a couple percentage points over. But at the end of the day, you're perfectly happy with that if you are Dreamlight. Yo, what's up, Rash? Not what you want, obviously. The rail going on to Tom X makes things pretty tricky, and as you can find a trade, that does not seem particularly forthcoming. So, Deco is going to be able to back out by the looks of things. Stays around to take a couple too many shots for my liking. Chase is always a bit threatening, but as Central Upper stalling the point, then nobody really wants to commit to it until now. And with this support core, then finding elimination is going to be pretty tricky if you're not coming through as more than just the one. And there is a lot of pressure. But against Juno Break, you need more than just pressure. You need some real kill power, and that just apparently isn't present. D-Cruise looks for something. Not sure what he sees so far. How do I get off this Soj bug? It's going to drive me nuts. I've got the Soj audio in my ear 24/7. So I guess we're going to be seeing a lot of QRX pop here. Well, that's pretty nice. Trade 1 for 1. One using the ultimate, one just using the primary FACEIT abilities. Railgun. Overclock, in fact, traded for the downpour for the boulder shot. On the whole, these trades appear to favor the defenders. There's no advantage gained either way. They can just keep fighting in the corner if they want, but want to back up instead. Turn for the Wrecking Ball. D-Cruise, stays in way too long, and it's a great chase. Curates you back on a comfort hero and able to find a hell of a lot more value. But stereo trades in the backline means that this fight is by no means over just yet. Central Lap had low HP. Might have changed that particular calculus, however. And we get to continue forward. It's 3.5 minutes high mech. WASP looking to set a bit of a blinding pace on King's Row. See how that script continues as we head further into this map, deeper into its depths. But we just decide to back off here. Decide that we're peeking a little bit too deeply. Blade out for Central Pan. Or for Pamatimo, sorry. Raid as the mirror. We haven't been able to find too much just yet. And until Nitrix and Hev both go down, Ostrix's not able to find the value that he's really looking for. And it seems like for WASP they should be able to escape. Some orange pop going. One of the most all-out Lucios takes a pretty aggro off angle, but nobody can really deal with him unless he gets double bolted. Mine's in. Can get a boot. Yep, there we go. Pomatimo eliminated. Downpour not able to be dodged and no beat to mirror it out means that if you're stuck, it's up to God whether you live or die. And Anj doesn't roll too well. Boulder shot comes through, but just obliterates a pole. Oh, Prash got timed out. Unlucky, bro. Rip Bozo. Wouldn't have happened to me personally, but that's just me. Oh, we trade it back and forth. That is crazy. Seekers and Central App have been able to find these simulations in the meanwhile. And, yeah, I'll get a timer going. Don't worry about it, folks. Just whatever's happening in game, we don't know. You're timed out. And you're timed out. How do you feel? Better? I suppose we'll never know. Nitrox goes down. Ostrix finds his trades in the backline, but not enough. It seems like Pomatimo has done enough. And Ostrix, a dead man walking. Rip, I know, right? They're both gone for like 10 minutes. That's like probably till the end of stream. Ah well, such is life. They wanted it. Ostrix over the rooftop. Slam basically finishes off the minefield, but 41 seconds left to go. This one has to find some level of value. Plenty of ults obviously accumulated for WASP now. So we'll see how much value this has. Beat connects onto all 5. D-Cruise won't be saved by the orbital ray, but the downpour maybe allows a chance for some of Dreamlight to fight. There we go. Ray, Rally, it turns out those are pretty good ultimates. So there should be Dreamlight going up 2-1 in this series. Hard fought, but this map, it seems, was pretty in control. They lose first point pretty poorly. But other than that, they kind of pick up chilling. All they need to do now is not C9. Tomix does just magically die, which isn't ideal. Blade pulled for Pomatimo. Makes finding one back easier than one would otherwise imagine. And it gets a little bit awkward with Tomix meeting his maker. But 2-1 here. Dreamlight able to get the lead in this series. And now just 1 away from finishing this out. Happens to the best of us. What are these Brits saying? Time each other out. Pomatimo will go. Real. He's going off. It was just an intelligent before the timeout. Low-key, you guys are right. Take a gander about how things are going. If I can... find the right tab. I know. There we go. There we go. You can see page again. Timeouts are 10 minutes, so they'll be back in about 9, I believe. So we've got, yeah, 7 minutes. 7 minutes. They got bags this time. Let me just answer my question before seeing it. I'm genius. Coloseo going to be coming up next. Bans, I guess we'll wait and see. Obviously, this is the choice of WASP or no. They have to ban Tank because otherwise their bull will be banned and they'll feel very, very sorry for themselves. But they've already banned Haz, Orisa, Diva. So they're just going to ban like something no one's played. Like Ram, I guess? Apologies for being more sleepy right now. I'm pretty hay fevery, so things are kind of fucking with me. Do I need to change like my my chat rewards power-ups at some point? I feel like I should. Maybe I shouldn't. We'll see. Because I have no idea how much is like the correct amount to put in. By the way, take a quick gander at the stats here. 7 deaths on D-Cruz, Pomatimo, Rod FD, 10 for QRXU, who's still playing a bit of a stinker of a series. No hate, but lock in, bro. See how that's going to work out as we fuck around with our lineups for 3 minutes. Okay, so throw in some more music. If I cast that music, I do slowly go insane. It's a little secret. I think, as far as I know, I'm the only cast who actually like plays with, or actually like casts with music. I need the vibes, you know. I need to be able to chill. If I'm not chilling, then what's the point? It's not fun. Let's see, how much is... Yeah, we'll just go Hydra. Why do I have a 500 point timeout? How's that worked out? Probably a self timeout, I think, is, I assume, why I got it. Ah, yes, you're right, you're right, you're right. As you can tell, I am not entirely in my own head. I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm a little bit ill. But that's okay. We've got the games to cast. It's the only thing that matters. The grind before health, even if the grind is a bit embarrassing because I'm casting like utter shite. Well, like us to look in and please select a roster. Guys, please. I promise it don't take this long. Because we're waiting on, I assume, WASP 0. Maybe they've got like somewhere to be. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. No point hazarding guesses if I don't know what's actually going to happen. Okay, here we go. Bans Bull, Genji. They banned Genji first, so they don't have any more tank bans. Now they lose the Bull, which I assume why we took so long with the ban. With the choice, the selection, rather. So let's get in lobby real quick. Make sure sides are correct, which they aren't. I'm going to swap those. Swap sides. Score is right. Bans are not right. So the left side ban is Dreamlight. They've banned Bull because, like, no shit. And then the Ana ban is not an Ana ban, it's in fact a Genji ban. There we go. Just leaked my control seat. It's a bit embarrassing. But we can go in game. There we go. And we are waiting on like half of WASP 0, apparently. We've lost Manex, we've lost Ostrix, we've lost... Who else? Hev. So, not sure how this is going. This isn't technically what I expected. Guess we've misplaced some members. This would be a really goofy way for Dreamlight to win. Still a possibility, of course. So, how's everybody doing in chat? How's your day been? Hopefully entertaining. Good, in general. Because, my Chungus game has exploded, which isn't ideal. There we go. Okay, we're in. We've got Curixu and Oni-chan playing. Respectfully, I'm not gonna say Oni-chan because fuck you. You know? Like, oh, thanks for the follow, Tuo. Lovely to have you. Also not in patch notes, Freya's updraft shadow nerfed. Like, how nerfed? How nerfed? Because that's like the big question, right? Is it like she just can't go as high? Is it just like nerfing the tech where you cancel it to go higher? Like, what's the deets? So as we'll see. Comps-wise, they got no ball. I actually don't know this new player, who shall remain nameless. So, I actually don't know what they're going to go. Doom is a choice. Not what I was expecting. This is a pretty standard choice in general. For Dreamlight, they play shooty stuff. It's going to spear people. They're going to be annoying. They're pretty good at it generally. Yeah, SX Pomatimo's lost his Genji because it has looked pretty good all, series long. Oh no, we are playing Doomfist Torbjorn. Fair enough. It's a bit of a weird one. A little bit of a strange one, I admit. So I do feel like compositionally we do have kind of their number if we are Dreamlight. We'll see how well the ball ban actually does. As this player tries to scale, tries to take the space. Fuck you, Captain Prash. Oh, I can't have no toxicity in my chat. Okay, this is the place of peace and love, and maybe their Juno says, yeah, the Doom's in too deep. Rod able to punish that. Experience and backline pressure is all it takes for Dreamlight to get the advantage in this fight. And even though QRXU finds a headshot, nothing more is going to matter. Okay, see if Decru's can find an extra one, as he's peeking super aggressively, actually knowing that it has to be, what, like super slammed on, as indeed he is now, or double blinked on to actually pressure him, and he can just walk back. Got plenty of wall out on that. It's good, can someone soundboard him saying that, please? Back to 12 seconds. Oh, I see. That's a pretty good nerf, honestly. Like, nerf the amount of times you can just double bolt backline, you know, cross map. I mean, you've given him pulse, but you've also kept him on a sliver of HP, so it's a pretty good ultimate coming through from Decruz, all things considered. There's plenty of free kills being popped up. Again, Pomatimo is really struggling with this Torbjorn as Tracer. It's a pretty rough matchup. I've been there before. What is this? Flank. This Torb getting involved. And Decruz doesn't know which way to look, so he doesn't know which way to shoot either. So 20 HP, I assume, will be eliminated. Staggered out a bit by the Doom, but now he's got cooldowns. He could probably just go off the map and survive. He's chased! Great work! And nothing you can really do to peel that. Basically, back to launch state, dash to the 4.5. It's not so bad. I feel like they could have just reversed their entire to launch state as well. Curious to see if teams continue to play her now. Oh, good stick onto Rod. The healing onto the break doesn't accomplish much after that. Just an extra support ult charge, I suppose. You're getting closer and closer to the orbital ray, that every little does help. But waiting in Tesco's, man, we got an Overwatch match to play. Forward spawns, or not forward spawns, rather lead, almost being flipped over as go for an aggressive Terror Surge here. Central Lapad, even with the double gold, is forced out. Lead against them now. Not really what you'd love if you are Dreamlight, but they are somewhat struggling in this new side of play. Tomic's a good job not being a victim so far, being able to chill on the high ground, hard to punch. Maybe you should have turned them both head against stop the toxicity, just hating for love of the game. Maybe I should. But, I'm a small streamer, okay? I need everybody possible active in chat. If it helps me get a bag, then I'll let any toxicity. I am entirely profit driven when I stream. I don't do this for the love of the game. It's also I can finally become the next like Ninja or XQC or other like vapid self-absorbed internet person. Oh, Orange just gets obliterated actually. That's great work. But Tomix has put himself in a bit of an awkward spot. He'll be able to survive at least for now. And this Doom is getting... I mean, he's getting, like, fucked, realistically. There's no other way of describing it. And Hechan, yeah, not where I'd love to be. Also, please change your account name, man. Why is it that? Why have you branded yourself that on multiple different, like, platforms, I suppose? Forward spawns, not in favor just yet. We mirror out Rays. We are down the break, but the comp of Dreamlight is way better for Ray in general. Terror Surge needs to be huge, and is! Central just nukes half the map, but more going to need to be found. Forward spawns. Okay, you've got that as well as the lead. This is already a successful fight, but you'd love to be able to close it out entirely. Plenty of damage garnered from Dreamlight. Oh, and the spear as well. Hev just gets Thanos snap, but 19 points of health. The slam is enough to remove. And so when all is said and done, then the fight is won out by WASP. Oh no, but in every way that mattered, Dreamlights are going to be the victors. Empowered Punch, of course, now charged for the Doomfist player. Seems like Freya is uniquely good at that. In terms of opportunities to loose it, that seems altogether more few and far between. Punch on the backline, counter bash, done, then his day's been ruined. Great work there from Rod FD. That kill was entirely his. Good bash, actually. Just making sure, absolutely certain that Hev is not able to find a single thing on this backline. Torble is annoying, but more than anything else, is going to farm towards an additional support ult or two. As Central up and goes for an aggressive fight, an aggressive piece of work to try and eliminate the backline. Trade 1-for-1, Curex, you for D-Cruise. Generally, you take that when you're trying to find these late kills, but oh no. Not how you want these to go at all, as it's back and forth. You need to take care of this Brigitte. But things aren't going in the favor of Dreamlight. Even with the invested rally, the counter bash again is going to allow Rod to survive for a second longer. But bash just isn't on the same cooldown as the punch. And so it's been a losing battle for time and time and time. Hev goes down to the Sarah Surge. But they've thrown every single ultimate in. And in terms of what they've garnered, very little. Spec selling out the first chance given. Abso-fucking-lutely. Didn't you threaten to permaban if we're talking about ketchup on steak? Okay, some things are more important than money. Okay. Ketchup on steak is criminal. Speaking of criminals, Central Left Band appears to be caught right now. Maybe even with his pants down. Looks like he can back up as the engage comes through into the backline. Meteor Strike allows the assault, but just wants to use it instead to back out. Let's see if he's got anything more to do, because these Empower Punches before haven't been as chunky as maybe you'd hope for. And you're just stuck in a poke battle, essentially, against an Orisa Compass Doom. It's gonna suck. Ray allows you to go a bit more aggressive, but the bowler shot stops the momentum, and the spear cancels out the Empower Punch entirely. Got another one, misses the high ground. Ray popped back for the other side, means that we can see, I mean, Dreamlight win out a fight that just favors them every day of the week. I don't mind the Doom against most other comps, but into Orisa Brig, listen, I get it's your hero pool, but it's not working. Again, by the way, with the Frey, you can just peek the enemy spawn. You're not doing that on Cass anytime soon. Feel like it is going to be a pretty large gap in the QRXU hero pool, something that we get to see. Good tags, but we are down to 100 HP, so you don't have all that much ability to really capitalize on the advantage we've eked out. Very low HP, actually. It's plenty of players. Deco's on the side of Dreamlight, and right now, Orange, Hev as well. Great stick onto the Doomfist. Dreamlight continue to increase their lead already, 40 meters. Looking to make it 50, 60. And with Nitros going down, all those are more going to be more than a possibility. Okay, we have inted for it. Pomatimo, right now, living up to his alias. Okay, we are missing some shots, which is a bit awkward, but at the end of the day, you got plenty more opportunities. 4 seconds is still not a long cooldown on your bolts, and so you'll have more than a couple whenever you find yourself in need of them. Okay, yeah. Counter bashed, his day's been ruined. Unlucky. Shouldn't have played. Okay! D-Cruz makes a bit of a stinker misplay. And a one that might significantly cost his roster. Oh, RodFD does his best to play inside the Ray, but he just doesn't have the HP. He doesn't have the bash to be able to walk with it. So Central gets his one. But it might be cooked here, folks. Can you maybe kill the Juno rather at least? Doesn't seem like it. We probably shouldn't have peeked the Deadeye. We probably shouldn't have peeked the Deadeye, guys. I think that is what I can say for sure. But D-Cruz is able to get the magic pick. Find the necessary opening here for a push back in. Photo shot onto the shield of Orange is still going to force the rally out. Well timed as well as D-Cruz Flirts with death in some very aggressive positioning, but the death is all coming to WASP. Oh no, as they will be. Hev, you fucking loser! Get back in the server! Like, okay, he's just pulled a core. It's cool. Get him back in. Get him back in expediently, bro. Listen, we know how this game is going to go. They're losing 3-1. Dreamlight will be able to take the series. Fantastic work from the returning squad in the FACEIT Master Division. But, unfortunately, Hev has made a bit of a misplay. I'll call it that way. Because what is this? I guess we just wait out the timer. That's all we can do. Because he's not coming back. I assume he's left voice as well. All that kind of jazz. All that pizzazz. It's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal at all. And he'll be back in a couple seconds. So we have the extra 1 second for the team to lose. Ange, you've reset the timer! Okay, man. Ange, you're on the op list. He's on the up list. L Ange. Go get that trending. That's crazy. Watch how like Nitrox leaves now as well. 1 second left to go. I can feel it. I mean, this is just goofy. This is very, very goofy. Point is, game's done. We don't need to look at this. It doesn't matter. In fact, you can stare at my ugly mug instead. Here we go. What's up, guys? How's it going? 3-1 between Dreamlight and WASP. Pretty good game. Pretty close. Pretty competitive. It turns out Bull Band's pretty good into a Bull one-trick team. Who'd have thunk it, really? I'm just going to wait out that loss. There we go. The graphics going to come through. All this is said and done. So, yeah. Fantastic start to FACEIT League for Dreamlight in general. WASP do pretty good, but I think definitely shows some weaknesses that other teams will be able to exploit. One of the cool things about FACEIT League is that it does kind of, you know, force teams to stick together for a little bit longer. You get maybe a bit more team play than maybe you're used to in Overwatch, just because, you know, we're not allowed to explode our rosters as often. But, hey. Just a different style of play. Just different. I'm trying to think of anything else I have to do. Okay. I know I said it before a couple times at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it again. Me personally, I'm not going to be streaming super consistently. Just kind of like when the mood takes me and when I'm free. Like I said, I will probably stream one of the 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, depending on a lot of IRL and FACEIT stuff. It's all up in the air right now. I hope to stream as much as I can, obviously, because this shit pretty fun. It's something people, you know, want to see. I want to see it more than anybody else, almost. Make sure you follow and subscribe and all that good shit. Can't think of anything else, though, so I'll probably end stream. I'll see you fine folks around. Adios, amigos.